Howdy ho, everybody. Welcome back to the Rocks Roost. It is a snowy day here in the mountains. Today, first snow of the season. So we're excited to hear about that. Biggie, in particular, is excited to hear about that. Hope everyone's doing well. I just recorded a short video outside. That was one of the things that kept me a little bit. We're about 1 minute later than usual. But my usual punctuality will be worth, I think, the video we recorded. It's okay. So how are you, HP? Good to see you today. We're back here in Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. When last we left off, we were here on Dungeon 8 with a smattering of some, I'm going to say, suboptimal critters. We have a ant, there's a worker ant and a soldier ant and a phantom. So right here's the phantom. Again, you can mouse over any of these fellas to see what they do. This is a worker ant and this is a soldier ant. You can right click on them, or you can use the XV like we used before. I'll show you that too. But the phantom, a phantom is a nearly transparent undead spirit suspected by some sages to be a degenerate form of a ghost with no memories of its former life. It rarely stays in one place for long. You know, it's weird playing this game, streaming it, because I don't wear my headset for this because there's no music. So I feel naked without my headset on. Good. Nice. That sounds awesome, HP. We got, speaking of D&D, yesterday we streamed the first couple hours or so of Ultima 1, which was very D&D inspired. Excuse me. It was one of the first D&D inspired computer games. And of course, wizardry came along pretty soon after, or was wizardry actually first? Hell, I can't remember. Wizardry or Ultima 1, one of those were the first. Calibeth was the first Ultima game, but it wasn't called Ultima. That was in 79. I don't recall which year the first wizardry came out, but they were all pretty close. Well, that's okay. There's always the VOD, my friend. There's always the VOD. But this phantom, it is dangerous, mostly because it has 2 pips of EV. We need to worry about that. And we're playing version 0.18, so they cannot blink us. They can only blink themselves. Blink does what you think it does. It teleports the caster a short distance away. In this game, it has to be line of sight. So if I were to blink, which I cannot do because I'm non-magical in the utmost, but imagine I had a blink scroll or something. Well, actually, a blink scroll would be different because a blink scroll is a controlled blink, but neither here nor there. Say I could blink, okay? Just imagine that. If I blinked from this position, I could only blink to the tiles that are in light, that are lit up, okay? These are the tiles that are in my line of sight. And it's a random chance. So that's how that works. So for him, we want to see what his line of sight is. For instance, you want to do this. So we go to examine mode by Shift X. Put the cursor over the phantom, and if we press E for an exclusion, didn't work. Why did it not work? This version doesn't have that. See? Playing an old version. You cannot exclude monsters in this. Oh no, I was in the wrong mode. Pardon me. I was using Shift V for map mode. I guess you just don't have it in this game. Well, never mind. Normally you can create an exclusion on later versions of the game. I forgot that this was not in 0.18, so I just made a fool of myself. Anyway, his line of sight, he can only blink into his line of sight. I'm making a mountain out of a molehill here, which is not really that important. The main thing to worry about is this fellow right here. Shift X to examine. V. Something is not working with my keyboard. Hold on. X, V. Oh, I had the caps lock on. What a stupid. Okay. V. That's probably why the exclusion wasn't working. Oh, God. What a day. A worker ant, a wingless black insect, sharp mandibles, injecting deadly poison. So this is a poisoning enemy. It has high EV, so that's why we worry about it. More concerning is this fellow, the soldier ant, which it cannot poison you, but it hits like a truck, okay? So, oh, actually it can poison you. Never mind. So what we're going to do is we're going to pass one turn with the period key. Let me make sure. Let's see. X. Does the exclusion work? It does. I thought the exclusions were, you know, a long time ago. I was shocked that they were not working in this version. So yeah, so now you see the Phantom's line of sight. Anywhere with a red X, he could blink to. Okay. All right, so I'm going to pass a turn with Dot. We're going to go upstairs, and we're going to swing on the ant. And we're going to take care of him. We are not going to go back down this stair. I'm going to mark it as hazardous by using X, E, E. E makes the exclusion. Second E reduces it to one single square. Useful for blocking staircases and doorways. Let's choose another stair down. Oh, wow. We have excluded ourselves off of every single stair. Okay. I can't remember what is down each of these stairs. So let us choose the stair by pressing Shift X for map mode. Greater than, which is right over the period, which is shift period, to choose down stair. And let's see. We press the close bracket, and it will show us what is at the bottom of that stair. So we had something invisible, probably an orc wizard, and an orc soldier, or an orc warrior, rather, with a glaive. That's bad. Okay. What about this one? Kobold pack and an ogre with a spiked club and a water moccasin. Holy crap. Okay. This just flat out sucks. So let's, probably this is our best bet, actually. I want to refresh my memory to see what we've seen of the dungeon, so I'm going to press Control O. That brings up the dungeon overview. If we look right here, we have dungeon. This might be hard to see. 8 to 15. So we're on dungeon 8 right now. There are 15 total floors. We found the temple. We didn't go in because this is 0 of 1. No need to go in because we already have a god, which is Trog right here. It's on D5 though. We have not found the lair yet. The lair of beasts. That's our very important milestone, especially for a new player. If you can make it to the, well, the first milestone is if you can live to the temple. That's a really big deal for newer players. The second milestone is being able to make it to the lair. The third one is finishing the lair. We're going to try to get to the lair and finish it today. So it might be on this floor, but it's probably not because we've already looked at quite a bit of the floor, but it still could be. So it'll be somewhere between floor 8 and floor 11. All right, back down we go. We're going to Zerk here. The reason these ants bug me is, you see, while we were upstairs, a second soldier came to play. Whenever you see soldier ants, a worker ant could just show up anywhere by itself. But soldier ants mean there's an ant's nest nearby. And that's just all kinds of fun. Yeah, and these orcs are not far off. So this is going to be a dicey situation. Or it could be a dicey situation, I should say. Yeah, there is definitely an ant queen. So we're going to go back up. We're going to stare dance here. Notice the soldier ant is way tankier than the worker. You do not want to get surrounded in this game ever. We're going to Zerk here. It looks like we have a ton of health left, but we really don't. This thing hits hard. The Phantom can kind of hit hard too. The Phantom can blink, but normally you wouldn't want to Berserk with an enemy that can blink, but we can get away from a Phantom pretty easy. So we're going to press A for abilities, A for Berserk, and we're going to Berserk them all down, hopefully. And we did. We destroy the Phantom. Made out like a bandit. Go back to the stair, because in this version there can be back spawns of monsters. We're going to press 5 until we're healed. We need to eat. Let's eat a royal jelly. Go back down. Okay, no one else has shown up. Let's look at our skills. We are, in fact, training evocations. Let's turn off fighting, axes, and armor, and get evokes up to at least 5, maybe a little higher, because we have wands of ice blast. Those are very powerful. Now, the ant nest is probably up here, because this is the directions the ants appeared to come from. So rather than going back down here and potentially finding that orc warrior again, let's hope that we can find the ant. And this is, in fact... Oh, this is terrible. Okay. So this may not be an ant nest per se, just a general wasp situation. Or insect situation. A giant wasp. The problem with this fellow is that this bottom line right here, it may attack to poison and cause paralysis or slowing. This is hellish. We're going to throw up Trog's Hand. A, B. This will enact magic protection, but more importantly, regeneration, which can offset poisoning. We're going to step. We get poisoned. We're going to get back to the staircase, because if he paralyzes us and the orc warrior comes around the corner with his glaive, we're just screwed. And here I think we'll be okay to Berserk. And we are. Believe it or not, that is an extremely difficult situation that we just survived. I made it look easy, but that's what it is. All right. Here's a back spawn. This floor was clear, but it is not anymore. But we took care of it. All right. How is our evokes coming? We're at 5.3. I'll take it to 6. Evokes, of course, has to do with your wand. Ah, a door. We will not open that because that could have the nest inside, and insects cannot open nests, open doors rather. Down here we have a quokka. Very fast. At this point, not dangerous. On floor 1 and 2, a quokka could easily kill you. So let's kind of maybe close the distance a little, wait on him to come, and take care of him that way. We see some chainmail, but we already have chainmail, so we don't need that. Again, I'm not auto-exploring because that can dump you right onto a terrible foe. Oh, like this. Okay, so the orc warrior has not seen us. That's what the question mark means. If you see at the bottom on the log there, it says an orc warrior wielding a short sword wearing plate armor, and it doesn't appear to have noticed you. We are on Dungeon 8. And Giant Frog Skeleton did see us, so let's start backing off. And now we have a wizard on us. Okay. Now the orc warrior has seen us. That's okay. We're back to the staircase. We're going to wait. Undead cannot go up a staircase. Very important to remember. So we're going to swing on this fellow until the orc warrior comes. He will step here the next turn because he does not have a reach weapon. He doesn't have a pole arm. So he will definitely step here. Then we'll go upstairs. No, he took his time. He didn't step in the exact next turn because we swing at 0.08. He moves at 1.0. That's why. Up we go. We're going to zerk him down. And we get his plate armor, which is always good. Good to see. We're too hungry to rest, so we're gonna eat that beef jerky that we found. All right. We're gonna get the plate armor, so G, B. Then we're gonna wear the plate armor. For Shift W for wear, press Q. D for drop, I for the chainmail, press enter. And now our AC is a whopping 14. Our evokes are not quite to 6 yet, so let's see if we can fix that. Aha. Something interesting happened there. I'm going to press Control P to bring up the log. Down here at the bottom, you climb downwards. The centaur wields a short bow. The centaur shoots an arrow. The arrow hits you. The orc hits you but does no damage. You are electrocuted. Okay, this must mean that the orc has a short sword of electrocution, which if we were a short sword person, that would be pretty sweet. The giant frog skeleton hits you but does no damage. The orc wizard casts a spell at you. You easily resist. Could have just been a cantrip or something. The centaur shoots an arrow. The arrow hits you but does no damage. The orc hits you but does no damage. The giant frog skeleton closely misses you. You furiously retaliate. You headbutt the giant frog skeleton. You destroy the giant frog skeleton. And there's a staircase leading up spattered with blood. You see 2 arrows. So that is our reflex attack. I did not actually do that. That is one of the reasons a MiBe is so good, because we went from having 2 enemies right next to us to just 1. We're going to go upstairs. To minimize the damage, we're going to take down this fool with the, there we go. You see the electrobolt, the lightning bolt for the electrocution. We go back down, pass another turn. Come on, step right up. All right, we're going to bring 2 with us this time. I get into a narrow hallway. I should be careful because this orc could potentially confuse me. We still don't know which magic book it has. It'll only have one of these 3 books. It's probably okay. We'll just swing on him. The centaur will happily just stand there and shoot us because he prefers range. Anytime you see a centaur or any other ranged monster, you need to close the distance immediately. And if you look down here, we walk toward him, and then the centaur unwields his uncursed shortbow, and then he hits us, does no damage. He has no other weapon with him. We now know that that bow is uncursed because he was able to unwield it. That's another way you can find out if a item is cursed. If you see a monster with a enchanted weapon of some kind, see if you can either walk up to them or walk away from them to force them to try to switch from range to melee. It doesn't always work, of course. If they can switch off of the weapon in question, then obviously it's not cursed. All right, he left a corpse, which is good because we're hungry. We'll butcher it. We'll eat it. Oop, we'll go back to the stairs and head down. You know, I'm actually going to pick this up. We're not using short swords, but there is an instance where we might want to use it. All right, this orc warrior has a scimitar of holy wrath, which is fine for us because it doesn't do any more extra damage. But we're going to take him upstairs. We're going to zerk him down. Problem. He also left a corpse. We are paralyzed here because we passed out from, you see in red down here, you pass out from exhaustion. This rarely happens to Trog worshippers, but it does, and can happen to any character coming out of Berserk. So watch out for that. This is why you don't want to, excuse me, you don't want to Berserk unless you have an escape route in mind. We'll risk it and stay here. We'll go upstairs if it gets bad. It did not get bad. Okay. One orc pack, I think, completely defeated. Now there, the orc warrior, aha, this fellow here. And 2 more wizards. Let's go this way. Wait. Now he has a reach weapon, so he's not going to step right up next to us. So we have to step back, forward, then go up the stairs. Someone followed us. You see the ghostly outline here. That's going to be a wizard. So let's just back off. We'll throw up Trog's hand and we'll Zerk. We gained a level. It evokes now at 6.1. We'll turn that off for the moment. Turn on fighting again. Focus axing. Focus axes. And I don't know. Let's get a little dodging. Because we have halfway decent armor for the moment. Alright, so he's not going to come, so we go forward and just absolutely destroy him. This is an enchanted dagger. I'm sure at some point that wizard swung on us, so it's probably curse -3 or something. We don't care because we're not dagger people. That scroll of identify. Okay. Let's head back down. Another orc wizard. Fell easily to our mighty axe. Oh, I say mighty. It's a hand axe, which +0 kind of sucks. At this point, we would wish we had something better. But we don't, so we're not going to whine about it. I'm glad that orc warrior is no longer an issue. We're going to go in here. We're going to close the door. This is a special vault. The goblin was mostly staying asleep. The snake, the viper, not what is it? The snake. Why am I blanking on this? The adder, thank you. The adder. Oh God, was blind. The cockroach is blind and confused. This is what's called a rue vault. This is the altar here. He's one of the gods. He's the god of sacrifice, which is a very strong god, but our god is stronger. I'm actually going to auto-explore here. We will, in fact, eventually get a nice broad axe, I'm sure. And that's going to be our capstone weapon, because it's the biggest axe you can have that is single-handed. We are going to be looking for a shield. There are no shields in the game yet. But I do see something we desperately need to get, and that's this pair of boots. Pair of embroidered boots. This could be a boots of running, which would be good. I'm going to try it out. No, just kidding. No, I'm not. Because I don't have any remove curse scrolls. Are we serious? I don't have any remove curse scrolls? Let's see. You press the pipe key or the backslash to bring up recognized items. Yeah, we have found them, but we just don't have any. I'll roll the dice. +1 boots. That's good. So that's another armor slot filled. We have gloves, we have boots, we have armor. Our boy cannot wear a helmet, so a cloak would be good. And we also need a shield. Yeah, shield. Sorry. A little brain fart there. One of the good things about our god of choice is if we look at this by pressing Shift-6, this tells us about Trog and the things that he will do for us. If this is the overview, let's look at the Powers Wrath. Where is the... Yes, here we go. Up at the top. In return, worshippers of Trog will gain the ability to go berserk at will in combat and will be granted gifts of powerful weapons. Very good. That's what we want to see. Some pizza. And some gold. Let's auto-explore again. This is completely useless to us. You notice all these things are in red. That would put us in penance with our god. We don't want that. Here's another couple of altars. We have Euredeleminal, god of the undead, one of the two undead gods, and Okawaru, the god of battle. If you're not doing Trog on a melee character, you probably should do Okawaru, because Okawaru does let you do magic. He also gives you gifts of weapons and armor. And ammunition as well. All right, guys, come on. I'll just start walking back toward the door. Not the door, the stairs. We'll swing on the kobold. I'm actually going to berserk here. We have plate armor. We should be okay with the spike club now. Step forward, swing. Okay, we're fine. We're out of berserk, but I'm okay with that because kobolds are not very dangerous. Do not have berserk end while you're near something god-awful, okay? You will wish you hadn't, and you will die. You will splat so hard. Here we have Chabriados, the altar here. Just take down that worm. They hit very hard, but they're slow. Chabriados is the god of slowness. Sifmuna. Our temple may have been... we're just going to shut that door because those wizards are an issue. They're again across water and we can't fly, so we're just not going to deal with them. Sifmuna is one of the gods of magic. There are two that are primarily associated with magic, and I knew there'd be some kind of orc in here. We're just going to zerk these all. Take care of them. Cut the edible corpse up. Ah, we had one straggler. Alrighty. We don't want to get too big for our britches here. We're doing okay. Grab the stuff. This is the part of the game where you get to feeling real confident and end up dead. Happens every time. Okay, so there must not have been an ant nest up here. We went up there and found something. There were some goodies in there. So it was just a little mini ant vault. Sometimes you see those. Alrighty, anything here? Control F dot tells us what's on the floor. A runed falchion. Do I care about that? I don't think I care about that. Let's see. Item. Falchion. Falchion is a long blade, so those can cut off Hydra heads. There are Hydras in this game. I'm actually going to find... I'm going to get that in case it's flaming. But we don't know for sure. It could be very cursed. Let's go downstairs. Well, we didn't find the lair, but that's okay. I'm going to actually turn everything off but dodging. When I get another point of EV, we'll turn other things back on. The game is being stingy with axes. I don't think we've found any more axes, have we? Just hand axes. Okay, that's fine. Well, it's not fine, but it is what it is, you know. Ah, yaks. The yak bellows times 4. So there must be 4 yaks here. This is a lair monster, so the lair entrance could very well be here. I'm going to back down here into this little corner and take them one-on-one. They might be smart enough to come around behind me, but I kind of doubt it. Oop, don't step in there. Okay, we're hungry. Fortunately, there's yak meat to eat. Is the lair entrance over here? It is not. So that could have been the great American fake out there. I'm going to risk one auto explore to get the beef jerky. I really could do with some more remove curse scrolls. For the jackals. I don't think anything heard them barking, so we're good there. All right, let's stumble into some more yaks. We'll just tab this stuff. Tab just automatically attacks and moves toward the nearest enemy. It's a death trap if you're not an experienced player. And it's a death trap if you are. You basically should never O-tab. O is auto explore, tab is, auto attack. Many characters have died to O-tabbing. Aha, here we have Joseph. We're going to back off. He is really good with that sling. With any ranged character, you want to back into a hallway around the corner. Let's let him catch up to us. Such that they cannot get to you. This is terrible because there's kobolds coming. All right, this is suboptimal, but we've been going forever. So let's just stop right here. He won't come to us. So we go up to him just like we do with a centaur. I'm going to swing once. See how it goes. Not going great. Let's zerk him. He's dead. That gives me a great feeling. Let's back off and rest and eat. Okay. Now we'll auto-explore some more. Find us a orc priest. Again, get out of line of sight with these fellas because they can smite you with the wrath of Bio, their god. A orc wizard. Throw a rock at him. This is not the greatest, hallway of death I've ever had, but it's okay. We don't want anything that Joseph dropped, by the way. If we were a sling guy or a quarterstaff guy, we may have just hit the lottery. Well, we need to stop tabbing. Holy crap. The gargoyle here could give us trouble. You see, it hits like a truck. It has a spell called Stone Arrow, which is very dangerous. That's probably the lowest amount of health we've had the whole game. If he had hit us one more time with that, we would have died. So we came very close to splatting there. Butcher the yaks. Here's an enchanted sling. Again, if we were a sling person, we would be really tickled about that. Jelly, they can corrode your equipment. And splash you for a hell of a lot of acid damage. Jellies are another monster that have splatted a whole lot of good characters. All right, so we are out of inventory space, so it's time to start dropping books. And we don't need it. We can't learn spells right now, and we're not going to do a 15 rune game. So we're just going to drop these books. Hit the scroll. Special power A, D, burn spell book. Now you can use this to get monsters off your tail. You see I've closed off this hallway now. Only a monster with very high hit dice will walk into that fire, or a very low intelligence. So I then could create some space to get away. That's the main reason I'm hanging on to the books. And we'll just march in here, tab those guys down. These are nothing at this point. As our kobolds. Even orc packs, we can tab them. Really, and a big kobold who has given us our first axe upgrade. We're going to drop A, our little axe, and get B, a war axe. So let's wield it with little W. War axe, that gives us, it's a little less accurate, but it's a whole lot more damage. So 0 hand axes, +3 accuracy, base damage 7. War axes, +0 accuracy, base damage 11. Plus there is our axe skill on top of that, which modifies it to some degree. Still, you know, a war axe is still not great. Slight misplay there. I accidentally stepped toward the scorpion and he poisoned me. There's another god altar there. Nemelek's the god of cards and gambling, so to speak. Still, we don't have the lair. And still, we don't have any... Well, no, we do have one remove curse scroll, which I'm glad to see. We have one ring of sustain attributes. Let me read this random scroll. It was a scroll of fear. I hate that I wasted that, but at least now we know a scroll of fear when we see it. You see the ant is now has an exclamation point. Yeah, and it says it is fleeing down there on the log. So we read the scroll. You assume a fearsome visage. The worker ant looks frightened. The scorpion looks frightened. It was a scroll of fear. The scorpion moves out of view. So they'll run away from you. Oh, this is awful. This is a special orc. Nergal, the soulbinder, a withered sorceress. Exceptionally cruel, even by orc standards. The living fear her. The dead obey her every command. She has a soft spot for the latter. 2 pips AC, 2 pips EV, 1 pip MR. Bolt of Draining, that bothers us. That can do damage and drain our attributes. We do have a ring of sustain attributes, which might help. She has Summon Spectral Orcs, which does what you think it does. Haste Other, she can speed anyone up, except for herself. And Death's Door. Death's Door renders the caster nigh invulnerable to harm for a brief period, but brings them dangerously close to death in the process. So she's not very likely to use that. Let's try to stare dance her. And we succeed. She got us pretty good with that bolt. Let's just zerk her down. And once she's gone, the spectral orcs are gone as well. That could have gone poorly, but we're an extremely strong character, so I felt pretty, okay about that. We're drained, but as we gain experience, that will go away. Let's move up. Scorpion moves in between us and the centaur, which is good. Do we have anything to eat? We do. It's good also. Again, I don't recommend auto-exploring because things like this can happen. Although, this isn't too bad. It's a hill giant. We can berserk him down. Not a problem. Retreat into the known. Rest off the exhaustion. The lair may very well be here or the orcish mines. Let's see how long we hold out here. I'm going to yell by pressing T and then T again for shout. You shout for attention. You hear a howl. You hear a shout ×3. Okay, so there's at least 4 things headed our way. Here's a warg. The orcish mines are probably here. That's a mines monster. And you see he got me pretty good there. Let's go back to this escape hatch. In fact, where does this go? It's good to know those because when we get the orb and we're leaving the dungeon, the fastest way out is automatically calculated if you based on the number of or the individual specific staircases that you've used. Hey Bozo, come over here. The troll shouts. This is a pretty good little kill hole here until we get boxed in. Again, this is a really strong character. Don't do this with others. We're just going to berserk at this point. Take care of that ant zombie. Head back to the stairs. Rest on the stair. That was pretty reckless. But again, we don't get a corpse. We'll eat bread ration. The different rations have different satiation values, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that when we were together last. We'll swing on the old hippogriff. There we go. We'll chase the orc up here. Ogre, rather. We're about to get double ogred, which I don't like, even on a strong character. But worked out for us that time. We were not paying attention to our dodging, and I said one point of EV. Now we've gained 3, but that's okay. It's not wasted. Not long blades. Axes. That finger, the keyboard, some more. 18 points of axes is all we really need. Because that is min delay for a broadaxe. Closet can steal your decks. So watch out. Let's just tab these fools. There's the Orcish Mines right there. Sometimes you find the mines before the lair, but I recommend going to the lair first. There's a monster in the Orcish Mines called an Orc Sorcerer that has the spell Paralyze, and it can spam paralyze you, and you just get stuck. Paralyzed forever. All right, I'll see you later, HP. Have a good one. I'll see you later on. Paralyze 53%. We got to get that down, and the only way you get that down is through MR. Our current magic resistance is, jack squat. We get 2 points of MR with Trog's Hand, but that ain't good enough. Let me go. Well, let's see what's on the floor on D10. Find D:10. I did not do this before we left, just to make sure there's nothing we want. There's nothing we want. Okay. I don't like these layouts. The last floor had this a little bit too. Because you can get really hosed. This is not bad. But you see, this this happened to us. This is a place where you could easily get bottlenecked in. So that's never good. And this layout loves to do that. So we're going to back up off these wolves. This is Grum. He's a unique that always spawns with a bunch of wolves. But he's nothing special at this point in the game. He's just a gnoll that likes to hang out with wolves. No big deal. Various rats. Okay, the lair entrance is here. I know this for a fact. Because this little situation where we have plants, grass, and a wall and mushrooms, that means that this is a vault that always has the lair entrance. And usually a few other dangerous things like, I don't know, a double-headed ogre with 2 spiked clubs. Jesus Christ. Well, that'll be okay. We'll zerk him. Another character, again, if you were not a MiBe, you would be dying right now from that. Oh, God. It's killer bees. Watch out for them. They're not as deadly in this version of the game as they are in some of the newer ones, actually. Killer bees were buffed a little bit after this, as was the wasp. It was upgraded to a hornet. Yeah, we got corroded there. Now you see our war axe is -4. That'll go away. In old versions of the game, that was permanent, so that was a real problem. Our armor is also corroded. But if we wait 15 turns, it's gone. This might be a version of the game where the hornet and the wasp both exist. It is indeed. So the hornet is also in this game. Oh, joy. Hornet is much more dangerous than the wasp. They do the same thing, but the hornet is tankier and more accurate. Another spell book. I can't tell you how glad I am that that ogre's dead. Get back into the narrow hallway. Just do some killing. I'm gonna recklessly read this unknown scroll. It's magic mapping. It's good to have. Bad waste, but it's never a waste really, because now we know which one is which. Do we know blinking? We don't know blinking yet. So we want to be careful actually about reading unidentified scrolls. We do not want to waste blinking. In fact, let's identify by reading L, scroll of identify, S, scroll blinking. Okay, that's good. Good to know that. Let's read L again. Let's identify some of these potions. We have 3 of these sapphire potions. That's going to be heal wounds. That's a good one. R, L, F, R, L. Let's do the scroll. Vulnerability. Very niche usability for that one. The reason I have not identified many potions so far in heal wounds, normally you'd have that identified by now, is because we just haven't found many 2 stacks of potions until now. That zombie was giving us trouble. There's a bat. Right now I'm... Oh, that's an ugly thing. Welcome back. We're going to zerk the ugly thing because it's terribly dangerous. One thing you could do with ugly thing flesh, if you look here, let me go back to this. You see how there's like a little double helix icon in the corner right there? This is a mutagenic flesh. Eating this flesh will cause random mutations. There is a table of mutations you can have in the game. And some are bad, some are really good. There is a potion you can get of beneficial mutation, which I think we found. Yeah, we drank that in the first time we played this game. You have very sharp teeth. Your flesh is heat resistant. That came from a potion of beneficial mutation. You can butcher this and eat that and take a gamble. It's called mutation roulette. We are not going to do that. No, we're not going to do that. We found a ring. Let's put it on. It is, cursed ring of loudness. Oh, that's good. So we go through the dungeon randomly making loud noises. That's why you, have a remove curse scroll. While we have this on, let's check the falchion. It's draining. That doesn't do anything for us. So we get rid of it. Check this. Check this. Seeing what's cursed and what's not cursed. All right, so let's read the scroll. Let's drop the ring. Might as well put that ring on. Doesn't really do much for us, but give us a bunch of mana, which we don't currently need. But why not wear a ring, huh? I'll risk this. We're exposed to 2 attacks here instead of just 1. But, it's okay. YOLO, right? Crimson Imp, no big deal. Just annoying as hell. They bounce around, but it did drop something. Thick Bone Amulet. Let's identify that right away. RLY. Uncursed Amulet of Faith. Okay. Remember how I said we were having a weapon problem? Let's put this on. This will boost our piety. So currently, I don't know if it'll give us the final pip, but it'll give us some. So let's capital P for put on. Y. You feel a surge of divine interest down in the bottom there in red in the log. This means we'll gain piety more quickly. We also got a little piety boost. But because mushroom, that kind of thing. Because we already had such high piety, you see. It didn't give us the final pip, but, you know, it's okay. Let's see. Let's read some scrolls. Let's read identify X, cure mutation. That's good. RL, P, flight, RL, Z or Z, depending on your country. Let's identify some of these wands. Let's identify V. So it's fully recharged. We should have known that that would be full, but we didn't know the max charges. I'm going to identify the other ones because that's a very good wand. Going into the lair, you need to have Ice Blast. It's a good way to deal with hydras. Ice Blast does ice damage, which can slow the hydra, but it also does a small amount of poison damage. All right, I'm going to set an exclusion on this door. There's going to be an orc warrior inside that door. There always is in this vault. The game is procedurally generated, but there are certain vaults that are handcrafted that you see. Just eat the pizza. Pineapple. Ugh. Pineapple's not too bad with jalapenos. Like on the Netflix, that was pretty good. I actually tried that. Okay, this Sky Beast also mutagenic, but we're not doing it. We're strong, but not so strong that I feel like taking great risks. Okay, we have a couple unidentified scrolls here. Plus, Trog has just given us our first weapon. Trog grants you a gift there at the bottom. It's a Fustibalus, or in this version, Great Sling. We're not a sling person, but you know what? I'll pick it up. Maybe this would be good enough for us to become one. The +3 Great Sling of Evasion. This thing has a min delay of 0.7, but the base delay is 1.4. But it hits like a truck. You see, base damage 10. I'm going to switch this to B in the inventory, so it's on you. I'll put it on B. That way, when I press the apostrophe, I can switch rapidly between the War Axe and the Great Sling. We have some sling bullets. Let me drop the rocks. We'll use this to soften up monsters as they come toward us. How about that? Let's drop that book. Pick up the ring. Burn the book. Unidentified scroll. What is this scroll? Let's just read it. Torment. Okay, well, we know this one's not Torment. And these are two different scrolls. What could they be? They could be Acquirement, Brand Weapon, Enchant Armor. Interesting. We haven't found that one yet. Holy Word, Immolation, Silence, or Summoning. Many of those are ones that I don't wish to waste, but I'm going to read this one. Enchant Armor. Okay, that's fine. I'll enchant the boots. Now they are maximally enchanted. Boots can only be enchanted up to, it says cannot be enchanted further. Boots and gloves, mundane boots and gloves can only be enchanted up to +2. And it's a hungry ghost. It's Slimer. Slimer is here. Every time he hits you, he steals your no, we're not going to use the Great Sling. We're going to use our axe. He steals some of your satiation. Let's eat some fruit. Hey, it's some stuff. Look at this. This was neat. You saw the couple scrolls and things laying out here. This is a little vault that is designed to make you think of maybe a critter was storing a bunch of these things in a hurry and dropped a couple scrolls on their way in. That's kind of the lore here. We're going to read this scroll of identify. We'll identify this scroll. Summoning. I'm glad we didn't waste that scroll. It's super powerful. Yeah, indeed. Indeed. So let's see. What's this ring? Ring of protection from cold. Okay, we can at long last drop these two cold rings of ice. Ring of ice boosts your ice magic, which we don't use magic with this character, but it also gives you a vulnerability to fire. So those just suck. They give you resist ice, but they make you vulnerable to fire. I'm going to keep one because in case we find an ice cave, 2 pips of RC or resist cold will be good. But let's get this ring and let's put it on. Cursed Ring of Teleportation. Great. You'll love this one. A ring that occasionally exerts its power to teleport its wearer next to monsters. Great. Well, we could do a challenge run, I guess, but no thank you. Going to today. Let's see. We'll run around with the protect abilities or sustain attributes in our cold. Why not? Okay. Another ugly thing. These are very out of depth. Usually you'll see at most 1 on this floor. It's not going well. Berserk it. Get back up here to the known a little bit. We have a green rat or river rat. They used to be just called green rats. Get some goodies. It's good because we're hungry. Hill giant. Let's get up here away from everything. Oh no! They're wily. And he got a pretty good hit on us there, but we're fine. We'll rest on the staircase. And we'll tab into these guys. You know, when you get to this point, you're feeling pretty good. Unless you really know what you're doing, though, this is where most people would die. You might make it to the lair. Then you're likely to, you know, just croak. We don't want to actually identify. We want this wand. What is it? What should I drop? We should drop this +1 sling. Oh no, the game crashed. I'm too awesome for my own good. Hold on. Occasionally that happens. Okay, so let's see. We have a little bit of foreknowledge of the future now. Two scrolls of blinking. Wow, it was a while since it saved. Vulnerability. That's going to be heal wounds. Distant slurping noise. That is the ugly thing coming. No, it's going to make us replay quite a bit here. Normally, this does not happen. I mean, the game's pretty stable, but normally you don't get the benefit of, you know, this much foreknowledge. It usually saves, you know, closer. The autoslaves are usually closer together. I wonder if we'll get the same god gift. The imp that we were thinking about, it should still be here. This hornet zombie, yeah, that's why it's so difficult. It's very evasive. All right, let's not worry about the ring right now. I wish. HP, do you remember which one of these rings was the cursed ring of loudness? It's going to be mushroom pizza? No, peppers. I think maybe the type of pizza is a random roll. Read. Identify. F. Paste, that's very good. Identify inky flight. Identify this ice blast. The other one's going to be 3 charges. Identify cure mutation. Anytime you get a boon like this, like foreknowledge of the future in this game, do take the game up on that. Make the most of it, because you don't usually get that. Harvest the volcanoes. Well, we're not going to use that. Burn the mouse corpse there. In fact, we're not going to use any of these because we're not going to do extended. So let's just get rid of them. And we got a battle axe this time, which we'll use because we don't have a shield yet. We may not find a shield, so we'll go with the battle axe of Venom, which is actually a pretty good brand, and it's +3. Venom is good for this point of the game. Later in the game, it's, not any good. And we just slaughtered that orc. I mean, our power level has just drastically increased. Here's the imp. He did not have an amulet this time. He had a wand of paralysis. Okay, so the wand we were looking at before, he picked that up off the floor. That amulet is here. See, that's it right there. That's going to be Amulet of Faith. The monsters can pick things up off the floor. This wand, if you'll notice, it's the same physical design as our wand before. That was paralysis. And that's a pretty good wand. So let's see. This is a full wand of Ice Blast. That's a 3 charge, so we're going to drop it. We're going to pick up the paralysis. And let's take care of these fellas. This Venom battle axe is just slaughtering everything. We'll get this. I'm going to go ahead and put it on. We know this falchion is draining, so let's put on. No, let's get it. B. Let's put on Y. Amulet of Faith. All right, see, that saved us an identify scroll. Hey, look at that. Glad we killed him before he used that scroll of blinking. The scrolls of blinking are very rare. Sometimes you'll go an entire game and not find one. Yeah, here's our little treasure trove. You see there's gold, a couple scrolls, a wand, and a ring. Now, we know that this ring is useless, so we're not going to pick it up. That's the cursed ring of loudness, right? Again, I can't tell you how rare this situation is where you actually have this kind of foreknowledge. This is also a cursed ring of loudness. Oh no, that's the loudness. That's the teleportation ring. Oops. So since we're cursed, we'll go ahead and take advantage of it, just so that this we'll get this off of our back. We'll put this on, right? Because we're gonna remove curse. Read it. Okay, so we're going to drop that. We're going to drop that. We're going to put this one back on. We don't need that dagger anymore. I'm keeping the axe in case we find a shield, because the battle axe is a 2-hander. This is going to be protection from cold. Torment. I don't want a scroll of torment. That just drops half your health just for shits and giggles. Oh yeah, enchant armor. Let's go ahead and read that and put it on the boots. Okay, this is going to be pro cold. Okay, we're good. We'll drop 1 cold or 1 ring of ice. We'll drop the ring of magical power also. Pick up that scroll. and go on about our business. And the ugly thing is going to be an issue. You see, it hurts bad. I'm going to throw up Trog's hand for the regen. The other ugly thing is around here somewhere. Rest on the stairs. Little pack of centaurs here. See, if we had a shield, that would have really helped there. Done exploring. I'm very sure there's another ugly thing here somewhere. Well, if we hang around long enough, something will backspawn, but that's not what I'm talking about. Anyway. Well, whatever. It's somewhere. Let's get this. We have room for it now. Okay, let's head to the lair. Staircase leading to the lair of the beasts. Or lair of beasts, rather. Most adventurers find the lair of beasts to be an exciting change of climate. And indeed, there is something to be said about getting gored, mauled, and eaten rather than sliced, burnt, or stabbed. The lair contains the entrances to one of the swamp or the shoals, or one of the snake pit or the spider's nest, and the pits of slime. These locations, it just mentions swamp, shoals, pit, nest, and slime pit. You can find a rune in there. Each one of those has a rune, and you need 3 runes to enter the lair of Zot, or the realm of Zot, sorry. Each game, the game will choose either swamp or shoals, so 1 each of 2 possible water-type branches, and 1 each of 2 possible poison-type branches, so snake or spider. And then the pits of slime. So that, if you wanted to get those 3, that'd be 3 runes right there. The slime pit is very difficult to get, though. But it can be done. Let us go into the lair of beasts. Welcome to the lair of beasts. A porcupine comes into view. It's right here. It's hard to see. Now it is dead. So it's no longer an issue. One of the places you can make a loot pile is right here. So we're going to drop some stuff. I'm going to drop these tomahawks. Drop the sling bullets because we don't need that now. We don't have a, we're not slinging, and we didn't get the great sling this time. I'll drop the troll hide. The usefulness for that is past. I will drop 1 wand of ice blast. And I will drop 1 wand of flame. Scroll of noise, scroll of amnesia. We will drop enchant weapon for now. We will drop vulnerability for now. Cure mutation for now. Brilliance for now. Let's drop those. Let's see. Anything else we want to drop? We'll drop the 9-roll jellies. How about that? And the beef jerkies. Yeah. For now. All right. That gives us some breathing room. Let's check out the lair of beasts. One thing that's in short supply here is narrow hallways, so it's easy to get surrounded. There's a lot of poison type monsters here, but most monsters here are kind of, you know, popcorn, to be honest, to a Minotaur Berserker anyway. I mean, you see these porcupines, they really don't stand a chance. It's nice we found a potion of heal wounds. That's good. Hey, there's a broad axe. You don't find these just laying around too much. Let's get it. We still don't have a shield, so I'm not going to use it, but this would be our capstone weapon, and we ideally want it to be enchanted and have some kind of brand on it, but this is a mundane one. Base damage 13, accuracy -2. Versus the battle axe rather, base damage 15, base accuracy 4, -4. So much less accurate. Hits a little harder though. But if we had a shield, in my opinion, that extra bit of damage is not worth trading in a shield. But you see, shields are rare. We still haven't found one. We will find one though. And I stupidly auto-explored there. That I could have paid for that with my life, but I did not. You don't want to auto-explore into an 8-headed Hydra. Especially since we have no way of cutting off Hydra heads. We'd need a weapon of flaming to do that. And we don't have that. And an axe is really good at cutting off a Hydra's head. If you know anything about Hydras, you know that when one head comes off, 2 grow back in its place. So you run into a problem right quick. All right, I'll shout to make sure we get all the wolves following us and take advantage of the rare single tile hallway that we have here. Made quick work of them. Water moccasin, not a problem for us. Again, if you're a caster, the lair is extremely dangerous. If you're a big, strong MiBe, though, this is, I mean, this is like a popcorn factory. Okay, we got some ammo from Trog. We got some Needles of Confusion. We don't have a blowgun, so those are utterly useless. There's another Ring of Sustainabilities. We don't really need, you don't need more than one of them. Let's see, anything else? Bullfrog, we'll kill him. Or Giant Frog. Later called Bullfrog. I think it's the next version of the game called him a Bullfrog. All right, so we've reached level 12. Every 3 levels, again, we get to pick which attribute goes up. If I was going to go into extended, which I'm not, I would pick int, but I'm not worried about that. I'm just going to go strength all the way. Yep. We actually gained 2 points of strength because we got 1 natural point and we got the point that I picked. So, hallelujah, we did good. And that's layer 1 done. Not so bad. Let's go down. Layer has 6 floors. Or is it 8? It has 8 floors in this version. 8. Next version, it went to 6. So we have 8 floors of this. We should be able to wrap it up today. Not too much trouble. The spiny frog is poisonous and it hits pretty hard, but, you know, we're okay. We did okay. It was buffed in later versions to be just purely hellish. Where does this go? That's the answer. I haven't run into a Hydra yet. Which is good. Trog gave us a sling. Let's get it. Let's wield it. +8 hunting sling of evasion. Wow. That's pretty darn good. We'll use that as an ox weapon. Switch it to B so we can quick swap. And now I want to go get my bullets. Let's get them. And they are number A, or letter A. We're going to drop the rocks, which is H. All right, so we automatically quiver those. We'll run around with the sling out. Do a little auto explore here. So we can soften them up with that before they get to us. Now we don't have to just waste time, see? We can spend those turns turning them into hamburger meat. But when they get up on us, we want to switch back to the weapon we're fast with. Because this takes 1.2 turns to swing. And our axe takes, well, half a turn to swap. The axe swing. We swing this Oh, that's the war axe. I forgot. We need to swap the battle axe to A. So IA. Yeah, like that. The battle axe swings at 1.1. We're not quite down to below 1 speed yet. We have a scroll of tele here. We'll pick that up. That's super useful. A random delayed teleport, but it can save your life in many occasions. You just want to use it ahead of time. Iguana. The lair is full of a lot of, just generic monsters. It's a good place to get some experience, and it's like it said in the description, it is nice to come in here. It's a nice change of pace. A wave of frost. Okay. This means there's an ice cave on the floor. To try and find it, I'm going to check all the downstairs. Could be right next to a downstairs. It is not. We're going to read magic mapping, RO. It's right there. Little yellow thing. We right click, it says a detected shop or portal. We know that that's going to be the ice cave. So let's head for it. These are timed vaults. It's going to be a bunch of ice monsters here. Let's back up. That Komodo dragon is no joke. We're wearing Crow Cold. Good. Because these white imps, they do cold damage. Let's just cut right through all this. Heal up a little bit. Let's actually put on the Ring of Ice as well. So now we have 2 pips of RC. So that's good. Okay. Let's wait on these fellas to come to us. All right. Not a problem at all, but we got to be careful. These are incredibly dangerous zones. Swap to our sling. All right. Ice statue. This, very dangerous. You see how we got damaged quickly there. You see the little purple ball here above the ice beast? That means it's a summoned monster. The sling didn't do squat, so let's just go in here and mash the statue's face. Let's get out of here. There's 3 statues. It's a little unusual vault. Usually there's only 2 in here. Oops. The game auto excluded these areas for me because they're very dangerous, you see. And a lot of that damage is coming from the cloud of freezing. Just walk in and smack face, eh? What do we have? We got something real damn good. That's going to be a ring mail resist cold, which we don't really want. But this right here, a sack of spiders. A woven silk bag. Opening it will release a number of spiders and other insects, as well as creating webs nearby. Its effectiveness increases with evocation skill. This is one of the most powerful weapons in the game. Items. There's also a deck of cards here. That's another evocable. A deck of powerful magical cards painted in the ichor of demons. They may have a number of helpful or dangerous effects when drawn. Most decks begin with 4 to 13 cards. Yeah. So you'll get a variety of effects, sometimes positive, sometimes negative. Depends on your evoke skill. Don't use that much. This is a mundane plate armor. The sack of spiders was super, super good, but otherwise this was kind of an impressive ice cave. Usually they're much bigger and have a whole lot more stuff. Of course, they're also, dangerous. We're going to remove that 1 ring of ice. We're going to put on the ring of sustainabilities. And let's identify this amulet. Guardian Spirit. Okay. So if we wanted to go back and pick up that Ring of Magical Power, that might be a good thing to do, actually, because if we didn't have the Amulet of Faith, however, because Guardian Spirit splits damage between your magic and health pools, the Ring of Magic Power would boost your mana. All right, so not bad. We probably could stand to train a little more evokes before we want to use that bag, but having it is a huge benefit. Because see, not only are spiders very deadly and other insects, including hornets and scorpions and things like that, but they take up space. You know, any tile that you're not in or is not empty is a tile that a monster cannot be in, right? So again, it gives you a method of escape when things get bad. So, and the spiders are helpful in that they do damage. And the webs that they create can slow monsters down. So Sack of Spiders is up there for best evocable in the game. Our first Hydra. We're going to back off. It only has 6 heads. Let's XV it. All right, a 6-headed Hydra. A great and nightmarish Lacertilian beast. It has many heads and the potential to grow many more. Hitting it with any bladed weapon bigger than a short sword, or a dagger, or short blade, it says, which would be short sword, dagger, rapier, that kind of thing. Risks lopping a head off, which, considering Hydra's unique biology, is not what you want. Yeah. Only a branded weapon with flame will cauterize the wound, preventing more heads from growing. We don't have that. The good thing about Hydra is they have no AC, and they have very little EV and relatively low magic resistance. They're also vulnerable to being slowed by cold attacks. So, this is time to shift V for evoke. Wand of Ice Blast. Okay, we're going to hit him. And you see that did a fair amount of damage. We're going to press the tilde to do it again. And again. And again. We got unlucky. He's not dead. So we're going to berserk and kill him. 1 hit. That went pretty smooth. All right. The good thing is that our berserking got him down to death's door, essentially. Or I'm sorry, the Ice Blast got him down to death's door so that the 1 hit from the berserk just killed him rather than lopped off a head and caused him to grow a new head. Because not only do they grow more heads, which means more attacks, they also get more health, which is, not what you want. Let's go down. Layer 4, once we finish this, we'll be halfway through. Still not found the shield. Yeah, we're not resistant to electricity, so we want to evoke a wand of flame here and cook these guys in their own water. Like that. Played a little too fast and loose there. We also should be using our sling. A lot of food there. And sheep. Regular sheep. These are no big deal. The wyvern, it can hit kind of hard, but we're not too worried about it. We got an executioner's axe. This is the biggest axe in the game. We'll try it out. It's a +2 anti-magic. It's big and heavy, and it takes us 1.2 turns to swing it. 1.3 thereabout. Again, we'll use it because we haven't found a shield yet. But there's no way I am training up to level 26 on an axe. It's just to get Mendeley. It's not going to happen. We're going to stop at 18. In fact, let's just rush that. We swing the broadaxe pretty quick. Less than one swing a turn. Actually, I think I value that more than the poison, so let's just use this for now. Anti-magic is good, but not as good in lair. Most beasts are not going to be bothered by that. Maybe we should keep the poison on. It does help some. Like Komodo Dragon. Kind of sped things up for that guy. Again, do not auto-explore if you're playing a caster or really anybody other than a MiBe at this point, as you'll end up dead. But we're super strong here. I feel like we can handle it. In fact, let's do a little wear IDing here. Let's check out these rings. +5 Ring of Intelligence. They're both int rings because they're the same kind of ring. But are they both +5? We don't know that. One's +2, one's +5. We're going to drop the +2. Actually, we're going to put on P. I know there's a snake bearing down on us. We're going to drop. We don't need either of these. Yeah, I don't know. We don't need the Guardian Spirit either. We're going to get B. We don't have time to try it out before the snake gets us. Could be our poise. Reach level 13. Good. Still 15.5 for axe. We're going to try out this ring. +5 Ring of Strength. I love that, so we're going to keep that on. All right, Basilisk. I'm going to go Trog's Hand to keep from getting petrified and just knock him down. Well, this could be an Arpoise ring. No, not inscribe. Put on J. Ring of Stealth. Drop J. Put on P. Stealth is not important to us. We don't remotely care. Because we just run in and bust heads. That's all we do. An adder. Let's get him. Yeah, we did okay there without going Zerk. Or Chog's Hand, rather. There was nothing else around, so it was no big deal if we got poisoned. Or petrified, rather. Alrighty. Kill the old crocodile. Kill the Komodo dragon. Kill, kill, kill. And there's nothing here we want. Okay. Down we go. We still have not found a shield. We still haven't found an entrance to Swamp Shoals, Snake, or Spider either. I think one of those entrances will be on this floor. Scroll of Recharging. That's good to find. Hydra, not as good to find. 6 heads. Again, could be worse. The thing about the Wand of Ice Blast is it's loud as hell. Didn't do much. Let's just berserk it. And then make for the stairs. Take up the Spiny Frog. Hope we can get him. Oh my god, we're not going to get him. We're going to Trog's Hand. We're going to call in a brother in arms. We're going to walk back. And he's gone. That is the closest we've come to dying. But we did not die. I was very sure we were not going to die. Because I've been playing the game for ages. That is why. You just get a feel for it after a while. And, you know, it's like any other kind of roguelike, really, or a well-designed roguelike anyhow. You just As you play the game and make run after run after run, you learn such that wand of confusion. You learn. What I'd really like to have is a wand of acid. On the phone, excuse me. Probably a scammer. It is. Okay. Yeah, with each run or unsuccessful run, you should learn something new, right? That's like the roguelike formula. Whenever this torpor snail is in view, he can slow you, or he does slow you, so we want him to not be in view. Let's back up. You see, we can't see him, so we're not slowed. Tactics. Giant frog. Giant frog is dead. There's a blowgun. We're not real interested in that. Glowing peridot ring. Let's identify this potion. Potion of might, that's good. Very good. Berserk Rage. You can go berserk without a potion, so we'll drop that. I'll get the ring. Try it out. See invisible. Okay, I'm going to change that from R to lowercase I. In fact, we've got a good selection of rings here. I'm going to put P to S for sustain. Equal I. U to C. I like my rings to kind of make sense. H to S. All right, so we're going to put on sustainabilities. Oh, we had that on. So we should sustain attributes. Whatever. We changed that twice, didn't we? All right, so we'll put on this see invisible ring when something invisible shows up. No need to just wear it all the time. Hey, and there's a Fustibaloose on the ground. There's some wraiths, so another unique called Josephine could be nearby. She always hangs out with wraiths. Yep, there she is. She's kind of like Nergal Light. She likes to drain you and stuff. And electrify you. Yeah. But at this point in the game, you know, she's not too much trouble. A delicious meat ration. And a potion. Let's not ignore it. Let's identify these scrolls. Holy word. Okay, that's good. Identify this one. Summoning. All right, that's good. What else? We need to identify maybe this wand of lightning. Oh, it's almost full. That's good. I'd like to see that. Let's do paralysis. That's a good wand. And let's identify the confusion wand. 18 to 48. So that has a whole lot of max charges. Okay, good. Alrighty. Ah, a hat. These are kind of uncommon. This is the only kind of helmet that we can wear. We want to see this. And let's drop the war axe. Huh. Interestingly, the game crashes when you try to drop things by pressing shift-click. How far back is it going to put us now? Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. Well, at least we know there wasn't a whole lot of really bad stuff on this floor. But, you know, watch me get loosey-goosey here. And die. We got a quick blade from Trog, but not our thing. That's like a super, super good dagger. You're a stabber, which, you know, that's a play style you can do. Works out for you. Glass wand. Wish I remembered what this was. All right, let's drop the war axe for sure. Let's drop this for sure. Let's get the wand. Confusion. Okay, that's what it was. Alrighty. Blink frogs, again, if you're a caster, they are just hell. But for us, not so much. Let's get in a favorable position. Nobody's wanting to come and play. That's fine. Maybe we can sneak down here and get the hat. Oops, get it. I want to wear it with E. It's a +1 hat. Nice. One of the things you can do, you notice our paper doll now has a hat on. One of the things that's, you know, not remotely useful, but that you can do, you can actually change your paper doll. Modify the player tile. I don't like that particular hat, so let's change it. This has no effect on anything, by the way. Hair, no, helm. Green hat with a feather, red hat with a feather, blue hat, a feathered hat. There's like a big ridiculous hat. I like that one. Let's do the big ridiculous hat. No, let's not do that. Let's do the red hat with a feather. Aha, I like that better. Okay. That's actually a little known thing you can do. A lot of people don't even know, even people who played the game for years don't know that you can change your tile like that. As you see, it's kind of buried in the menus there. We need to go back to our inventory. All right. Good. We are in a very good position here. I like what I see. Oh, there's the entrance to the swamp. Right here. Not only is that a enchanted great sling, it's a dazzling great sling. That means it is a artifact. Which that means it could potentially be like super, super good. There's a swamp monster come out to say hi. And we, you know, slice him. And eat his flesh. You know, it's all good. All in a day's work. Identify the red potions. Identify the gray potion. Oh, cancellation. That's good. That can take off any kind of effect, any kind of magical effect. Good or bad. Yes, we don't need the Berserk Rage. Let's get this. We're not going to wear ID that. That's too dangerous. We're going to identify it with a scroll. The +7 Great Sling of Greed. Flame, Arpoise, RF. Dex +5. Stealth plus. Gee whizzy, whizzy woo. That's pretty good. I'll make that our secondary thing. Sure, why not? Am I going to train slings? We could. We got +1 aptitude. But I usually like to only train one auxiliary attack. And that is, in our case, evocations. But slings is a very viable secondary attack for Minotaur. And we might actually put a little sling training in. We'll have to evaluate, because that is super good. +7 Great Sling. I mean, that's an in-game weapon right there, you know? We'll see. We'll see. Polar bear, I think, is a back spawn. All right, we're done. We're good. Let's go down. So you see, artifacts can be random or what are called unrand, which is a handcrafted artifact. This is a an unrand. This is a random artifact. It doesn't have a name. See, and it also, if it was an unrand, it would definitely have a name. It would be the +7 Great Sling something, but this one doesn't. So yeah, it's not. Down we go. We got right here. This catches my eye immediately. A mottled dragon hide. This could be turned into armor, but it's crappy armor, but you don't see these very often. It's smooth surface, lets sticky flames flow off like water. Well, you know, sticky flame, that's a very specific use case. Oh, no. What am I doing? I should have been using the Great Sling instead of talking. We also should not be auto-exploring on an unknown floor. You know, this is an example. The dragon hide and the troll hide. Oh, there's an artifact leather over here. We don't care what that is because leather is not very good armor for us. But the hides are an example of one of the ways that the soul of this game has been damaged, I think, by the current course of development. This game is in active development, and nowadays when you kill a monster that could have previously dropped a hide, there's a chance that it'll just drop an armor that you can just wear. So somehow the skin or the hide of that monster just happens to fit on you just fine, and you just pick it up and wear it, and everything's la-di-da. In the name of streamlining, that's why that change was made. However, in this version and all versions before, when you killed a monster or randomly find a monster hide on the ground like this, a monster that can drop a hide, that is, there's a chance that it would drop a pretty good hide, but you wouldn't always get it. But you had to use a magically alter that hide with an enchant armor scroll to actually turn it into a wearable armor. That's an extra step that I think added depth. It added soul to the game, and I'm sad that it's no longer there. Not all streamlining changes are good, but also not all streamlining changes are bad. But generally, the current design philosophy for this game, with the current bunch of devs that are working on it, is to speed up play. That is a poor way of looking at the game. You do not want to encourage people to play this game fast. This is a slow and deliberate game. See, we killed that thing pretty easily. And here's an artifact ring. You want to encourage people to play slow and think about what they're doing. It's turn-based. You could take 35 years to decide what your next turn should be. And if you don't know what to do, you should take plenty time to figure it out. We didn't wear ID this. Let's wear ID that. It's gonna be an int ring, I think. Oh no, that was our Sin ring. All right, so let's change that to I. I'm not gonna use this deck of cards. They're just too dangerous. Let's try this ring. The Ring of the Little Devil. RF minus, RC plus plus, EV plus, strength plus 2. Little Devil, that reminds me of the movie Nothing But Trouble. There's a character in that. Because it's got 2 pips of RC plus, we can drop our RC plus and ice ring. So we'll keep that. But because it's RF minus, we're not going to wear it all the time. Yep. That was a pretty good find. Okay. Another frigging eel. He's annoyingly positioned around those bushes, so we couldn't get him, you see. Yeah, anyway, continue anyway. God, what a prick. Okay. Let's get him. Now he's dead. We'll go over here in this little corner and hide. Very good. Axe skill, not quite to max yet. Get down here. I say we just obliterate these sheep. Even though we have no skill in slings, they died. And there's an artifact glowing ringmail. Ringmail's many tiers down, so we don't have the guaranteed damage reduction that we have with plate, but it might be worth checking this. Let's ID these scrolls. Summoning. Let's get this and let's try it. +5 ringmail. Wuss. Again, that's a random artifact, but it lets us blink. I'm glad I picked that up. And because of our evocation skill, it was only a 10% failure. Default failure rate is very high on that kind of thing. We're not going to wear it, but we'll keep it in case of an emergency situation. It takes 10 turns to put on a suit of armor, which therefore 20 turns to switch armor. So it's not something you do quick, but it's a thing you can do if you want to do it. Let's drop the sling, I guess. Let's get the scroll. How many scrolls do we have unidentified? Only 3, only 4, sorry. Could be silence. I'm going to risk it. It's immolation. Okay. Immolation is not something we would typically use with this character for being optimal. All right, so we now know our lair branches. We got swamp and snake. That is very good. Those are the ones that I would choose to have for this character. So happy to see that. Let's cut the mushroom down to get our sling bullet back. We just used the sling. Axes is still not where we need it to be. As soon as that gets to 18, we'll be in good shape. Hey, we found a shield. I missed that. See, that's why you always check. It's a buckler, which is not a great shield, but it's a shield. So we're going to drop this and this. We're going to get this. We're going to wear it. +1 buckler of reflection. That's an excellent brand. So not only can we block arrows, but we could potentially send arrows right back, or any projectile right back to the shooter. And in this version of the game, the Fustibulus is one-handed. Don't ask me how you fire a Fustibulus, well, or a sling one-handed, but it is what it is. So we can still hot swap. But we need to switch the broad axe to A. So we can hot swap like that. We are coming along. We need some skill in shield. I'm going to focus shields. We need to get the shield to level 4 before we get the shield penalty. Yeah, essentially you're just a bungling fool with a shield until you have at least a modicum of skill with it. Killed one monster because we have a +2 aptitude. We're already getting some skill there. Not bad. Elephants are deadly because they can, oh shit. Okay, this is bad. I'm going to burn a blink scroll. I made a misplay here, real bad one. I'm going to blink to the staircase. We're going to go up it. Elephants can mess up your positioning. And that's obviously bad because this is just like chess. Position is what matters in this game above everything else. You must maintain your position. This is the outer wall, so we'll just keep going up this way. All right, there's the slime pit. Very dangerous. Don't go in there. All right, more frigging elephants. Oh my god, there's a flame crab. So you see, we're at the next to the last floor, so the difficulty has actually spiked a huge amount. The thing about the elephants, no, is it can shove you off the staircase, you see, so you can't count on being able to effectively stair dance. So that's an issue. Let's swap staircases. There's a lot of mobs coming from down here, so yeah, we need to check this. Move away from the elephant. Move away from the hippogriff. Okay, we're in good shape now. Set the book on fire. The elephants are not super dangerous, but the fact that they can do things like shove you off a staircase, that's a problem. That can, you know, ruin your positioning, and then something else could come and kill you. And again, they hit pretty hard, but because we are the race and class that we are, or background as this game calls it, we can withstand their tomfoolery to an extent. All right. The fire crab. The fire crab, we don't have any RF, do we? Our great sling actually gives us RF. Oh, 2 pips. Okay, so we're good. Not bad. Not bad. It really makes me want to train. Oh my gosh, I forgot. We left shields on way too long. But that's okay, because we're going to find a bigger shield later. Let's see. We desperately want axes to get to 18. But you know what? This sling is just so darn good. I'm going to train that for a little while. Yeah. Just a little while. At least get it below 1, right? So whenever the attack goes under 1, then we will stop training. This is not normally something I would do, but Minotaurs have such great aptitudes, and I'm not too worried about dumping a big pile of experience into something like this. You don't have to micromanage your skilling, you know. No, let's not ignore it. Let's instead, let's drop this empty wand of Ice Blast, which is K. We could recharge it, but we have a bunch of wands, so no point. Plus the ring of evasion. I guess that's good. We'll favor that over sustain attributes. How about that? Death Yaks. Yeah. Let's get them upstairs. They're better taking on one at a time. Ah, see, the elephant ruined our positioning. So now we have to berserk. Rest on the staircase. Oop. Get our Boosty Baloos ready. Or Great Sling. Okay. We got another battle axe. We're not interested in that. We found another buckler. Yeah, mundane one. Head down. Potion of agility. That's a pretty good find. All right. So what can we really get rid of? I mean, we need to think about this because we have too much crap. The poison needles, absolutely, we don't need that. We don't use a blowgun. We're not using the tomahawks, so that's two things right there. Anything else? I don't know. The wands always junk up your inventory a lot. Well, we don't need the potion of berserk rage. Or the chunks of flesh. In fact, let's turn off potions of berserk rage. We don't need to be picking those up. Yeah. Anything else we don't need to be picking up that we are picking up? I don't see anything right. We don't need to be picking up rings of stealth or rings of magical power or rings of intelligence or rings of ice. That's it, I guess. Yeah. Let's start picking up stones because we are using this Boosty Baloos. Okay. The Blank Frog Brigade. We're 1.1 on this bad boy. See, he turned us to stone there. All right, this forest is very dangerous. Yeah, we got a hydro. We need to get out of here. I'm going to berserk it with the broad axe. We're okay. Eat some bread. That's pretty filling. Alrighty. And we got another battle axe. Whoop-de-doo. Come on, we need a broad axe, Trog. All right, we're occasionally hitting at 1.0 now. When we reliably hit at 1.0 speed, then that's when we turn off the sling training. The rocks are taking up room. Don't ignore it. Let's identify this amulet. Magic regen, utterly useless to us. I'm going to switch to the rocks. Okay, we need to... Is Brilliance still turned on? Yeah, we don't need to be picking those up. The Scroll of Fear, I'll take those all day long. We're in layer 8. Each branch always has particular ends. They're called branch ends. And they are predictable to some degree. They are always handcrafted. And they might be a different set of several handcrafted things. Here's our final armor slot about to get filled. Okay. Let's drop that and get the cloak. Get some more AC. We're AC 20 right now. Let's put on the old cloak. Now we're AC 22. The cloak only gives you 1, but we have enough armor training, that 10.7, that we actually get some added bonus from that. Enchant weapon. We could enchant the axe, but I don't want to do that because Trog's going to give us a better axe. So let's drop magic and make sure that's turned off as well. We don't want mutation either. Okay. Pick up the scroll and carry on. Need to be using our sling. All right, that's pretty reliably hitting at 1 speed now. Let's just go ahead and take it to 8. It's at 7.9. All right, we went past it with that kill. So let's get back to getting this axe to 18. You see, we killed that with our great sling. We got rid of a Hydra with the great sling, which that shows you the power. And that's a dire elephant. That means get the hell out of town. That's what that means. This is quite a deadly critter. Wizard. These things are very dangerous. They can banish you, among other things. That sends you to the abyss, which will be a death sentence for this character. It's currently a 50% chance, which is awful. Let's throw up Trog's hand. Now it's 2%. So that's how you deal with that. This is a very rare branch ending for the lair. This is a hell entrance ending. There's a portal to hell in here. We are going to be careful because demons can cause all kinds of trouble for us. But we do have RF with our handy dandy boosty baloose. And we got 10 sling bullets. Thank you, Daddy Trog. Do not throw your sling ammo into the pit. Into the fire. I mean, yeah, we're tabbing demons like a demon. Oh, yeah. Very uncommon branch ending. Red Devil. We want to fire manually here by pressing F and then pressing the period so that the projectile does not fly past the demon. It stops. And we got 104 gold pieces and a vial of floods. That's pretty good. Not a bad reward. Plus a way into hell, which we'll not be going into this playthrough. That is part of what I keep calling the extended part of the game. We've hit our axis goal. We're going to go back to fighting, armor and dodging. Yep. And let's Zerk here. Let's just Zerk it all down. Let's, we misplayed bad because now there's a Hydra bearing down on us. Let's brother in arms to get some help and let the troll deal with the problem. That's how you deal with that. Now, Trog is super powerful. Super, super powerful. All right. We have finished the lair. We have a big pile of stones. Let's just go get the stones that are laying around. Just so that we have plenty of ammo. The bullets do more damage, but it's good to have the stones. We have fewer of the bullets, of course. All right, so again, things have changed. The lair now has only 6 floors in the current version of Crawl. I think it was better when it had 8. I just liked it being a little longer, but you know, that's up to me. I can see where people thought it was a bit long-winded, you know. Okay, so we've finished the lair. We can go to the Orcish mines now. We still don't really have any magic resistant. Well, we don't have much. We have 1 pip of MR. And that's it. Okay. Which is suboptimal. If we look at the Orc sort again, 46% paralyzed. With Trog's hand, that goes to almost 0. We should be okay. I'll go and we'll do the Orcish mines. And then I think we'll call it a stream. There's a bunch of gold in here. If we pull up the overview, Orc, there's 2 floors only. There's a bunch of gold and a bunch of shops. And a bunch of orcs. Which are mostly tab fodder, as you see. Here's the sorcerer. When he's by himself, I'm not worried about him. Now, you see there's only 2 downstairs. I think I said before that there's always 3 ways down. And one of these ways down is actually a hatch. So there's much more to this. It just doesn't connect. We don't have a wand of digging, so we can't dig around and hunt for the other entrances. But such is life, I guess. What was here? Anything good? No. Okay. Let's check to see where that goes. It could have been dangerous. That could have gone to an area where there was a lot of orcs and no way back down to get away from them. Here's a shop. It's good to explore in kind of circles around a known staircase. Let's get back here. We'll make our stand right here. A little bit of advanced play there because we needed to deal with a pole arm. Orc Knight is dangerous. He can mite the other orcs with a battle cry. And Trog has finally given us a super cool broadaxe. So let's drop this regular one and get the glowing one and hope it's not distortion. Hey, +2 broadaxe of chopping. We can go ahead and read this. I was going to say read the enchant weapon, but no, we're not going to do that. Because he's probably going to give us at least one more gift before we finish this area. We want to buy the Scroll of Blinking, no question. We'll put the Scroll of Fog on the shopping list, Telly on the shopping list, and these on the shopping list. Let's check this way. There's going to be orcs, because this is the undiscovered part of the mine. All right, that's one undiscovered part of the mine. There's still going to be another one. There it is. A bunch of frigging orcs. You know, these guys, I mean, we're in level 14. This is, you know, not the most deadly thing in the world. You know what I mean? And their Ickerstein longsword. Excuse me. If we were a sword guy, we'd be excited about that. We're not, though. I'm looking for more plate. A really good plate armor. That's what I'm wanting. That would make my day. Aha! He's gone invisible. That's no problem for us. Haha. No problem at all. All right, get out of here. Throw up Trog's hand because we don't want to get paralyzed. And just back off. Our shield of reflection helped us out there. Bounced off some projectiles. Kind of aggravating. We have two polearm warriors there. But nothing we can't deal with. Okay. High Priest can summon demons. I'm going to Zerk here only because we're close to the stairs. All right. Ignore it. Yeah, so far, so good. There's going to be a whole bunch more. The red guy, he's a warlord. He's just a big, really strong orc. And he can also might the others, which, you know, is not what you want. Bring them all the way back to the staircase. Again with the pole arms, guys. Come on. Okay, that one had a bardiche. Don't let the back spawns get you. Alrighty. Alright, slowly but surely, we whittle away at the orcish forces. And these high priests, man, they can get you. I'm going to go Dex. Get a little bit more accuracy this time. Because we have that strength ring. We've got all the strength we'll ever need. I'm going to Zerk here. Don't make me regret it. Almost regretted it. Enchanted chainmail. I actually think it's cursed because he went down easy. Curious though. Let's drop something. Why are we still picking up mutation potions? I thought I turned them off. I guess we just had some. Okay, get this. Put it on around the corner. +3 chainmail and negative energy. So AC 22, EV 20. $23.18. But plate gives you more GDR. It's a toss up. I like having more EV, I think, right now. So we'll go with that chainmail. Wow. Wow. That great sling is just wonderful. I wish we'd found it a little bit earlier, and I probably would have spent less points on evocations. But it's always a good idea for any character to get some evokes, you know. It will help you tremendously in the long run. I need to eat. Orc corpse. Surely there's one. Corpse. Control F. There we go. There we go. Alrighty. Here we have the shops. Now, you're going to scroll to identify vulnerability, paralysis 1, heal wounds. That's pretty good. Curing. That's also good. The cursed +2 falchion of Hazakut. That sucks. We don't want that. Yeah, wand of lightning. Okay. Here we have Ring of Shadows. That is a unrand. That is a handmade artifact there. That's always is what it is. It's not guaranteed to be in every game, but it is what it is. It's a good ring. We already have See and Viz, so I'm not super interested in buying that. It's expensive. The ring Wotofint, letter L there. That's a strict upgrade to our CMViz ring, but again, it's expensive. Let me see anything I just have to have here. No, I take that back. F is very good. That's an MR plus ring. It's hard to overstate the value of magic resistance. Okay, this has some pretty good stuff. We want to try the smelly chain, the fine cloak, the dazzling cloak, and the pair of steaming gloves. See what else is available in other places though, and nothing here we want. Okay. Take care of this fool. All right. Did anybody drop any good plate armor? Nope. How about chain? There's a ruined chainmail here. Let's see what that is. Here's another one. Or is that the one we were going to? No, I think that just now dropped. It did. All right. Let's drop the plate. Get the shiny chainmail. Wear the shiny chainmail. +1 of poison resist. I'll take that over our neg any day. Especially since we'll be going to the swamp after a while. So that's good. Where's this? What's this other one though? It could be a plus, 3 or 4 or something else. I'm going to drop that, even though I do like that. I hate that it's on a chainmail, though. It's RC. It's +0. Okay. We don't want that. We are going to wear the poison resist, I think. Yep, I think that's what we're going to do. So all our slots are filled. Okay, it's time to go deal with this shopping list. I mean, that smelly chain could be super good. So, we have 1,963 gold. Let's buy the smelly chain. Let's buy the fine cloak. Let's buy the steaming gloves. I hate to buy both cloaks because they might both suck, Oh, we're full on inventory. Well, let's drop IQ. Let's get that. Let's get CDF. Let's try them out. Let's start with the cloak. Fine cloak. The +0 cloak of impatience. Contamination. Star contam. 3 pips are in. Holy crap. It gives us int -5, which is why we're in a spot of bother. But MR+++. Wow. Okay, but contam is bad. It's real bad because, oh God, when you unequip it, it creates magical contamination. We should have not worn ID that. Our int is -1. We're brainless. This is bad. This is real bad. Where are those ant rings? They're in the lair. Can we make it there without dying? I hope. I think we're just going to have to unequip it. Yeah. Ugh. That's a bummer. I think we are going to work around that cloak, though. I think we are going to work around it. Let's wait till the brainless goes away. Let's eat. Let's wait till the contamination goes away as well. Okay, let's now try the gloves. 3 pips MR. It is the +2 gloves of the maze. 3 pips of RF, rather. 9 magic points. 3 strength and int -3. What is it with the int -3 crap today? Holy crap. This is less cool than, I don't know what. Sucks. No. Whatever. Okay. We could make this work, though. The smelly chainmail. +1 chainmail of free will. MR plus, regen plus. Okay, that sucks. It gives us MR but and regen, which are good, but it's only a +1 chain, and we can't enchant it because it's an artifact. However, since this is int minus and this is also int minus, the cloak and the gloves, we have an incentive to wear a +6 int ring for the rest of the game. Let's check this other cloak, though. That's funny. Int +4 on this cloak. We can't wear 2 cloaks. Oh well, but it lets us fly. The other cloak is strictly better, so I'll tell you what. What else is on our shopping list? Heal wounds. Let's get that. And the curing. Telly fog. How many fogs do we have? We only have 1. Let's go buy that. Oh, it's up here. Crap. Let's get rid of these jokers. We want fog. How many telly scrolls do we have? Only 4. Usually have a whole lot more than that. EGH. Good. Good. We're great. We're happy. We are glad to be alive. Okay. We dropped that mail that lets us blink, but we're just not going to wear that, I don't think. I really... It's very niche. I'll just leave it on the floor here for now. Let's go get our +5 ring event. Very considerately left us a pile of flesh to eat. Get that ring. We left it in our loot pile. Or no, we left it on the floor here. Okay. Minotaur gets hungry real easy. I'm sure you may have noticed. Okay, so let's drop regular cloak. Let's get +5 ring event. We're going to put that on over the ring of evasion. We're going to make that ring lowercase n on our list. And I guess, oh man, we now have 13 int, so we can wear this easily. I love the resist negative and MR +++. That's super good. Normally I would never do this, and we're getting a bonus though. We're losing a little strength, but again, we have a +5 ring of strength, I think. Losing some int, but this, again, the ring makes up for it, right? No, it doesn't. Why did we go to ring int? Oh, because it is cumulative. That's why. So we need a little bit more int if we also want to wear the gloves. I'm not running around with 1 int. That's just not going to happen. Yeah. We don't really need like mega RF right now anyway, so that's fine. In that case, we should go back and get our other gloves. Well, I hate to go all the way back, but we should. I forgot it is cumulative. It's okay. We'll get our gloves. The reason we got them is should be obvious, I guess. But we're gonna drop. What should we drop? The ring of evasion, I guess. Get our gloves, and you see, gloves normally give you 1 AC, but we get 2 because of our skill and armor. Okay. Let's eat some fruit. Okay, now let's see. We're doing pretty good. We're cruising right along. We've got 2 pips RF, 3 pips our neg. And that's because of our great sling. We get the RF. But anyway, we've got Faith Amulet. We got a reflect on our shield. We've got a full equipment slots here, including a hat, which is kind of rare at this point in the game. We have full MR. That's the most important thing. The most important thing. I'd love to have, we also have our poise, which is good. I'd like to get our elect and our core, but our core is not important now. You really only need that for the slime pit. And we have swappable RC. So we're in real good shape resistance-wise. Has we found anything with our elect on it? We have not. We have okay armor. I'd rather have plate armor than, chainmail, but that's just the way it is. But I think this is a pretty good place to call it a stream. We're at a point here where we need to stop and make decisions. And I've been playing for 2.5 hours. It's a good time for me to not be playing because we might start making mistakes. We don't want to get too fast and loose. We are going to go to the swamp first, and there's 4 layers of the swamp, 4 floors of the swamp. At the 4th one, we'll find the a rune that will be one of the keys we need to open the door to the realm of Zot. But I want to thank everyone for hanging out with me today. Thanks, HP, for being here as well as everyone who has been watching. And to everyone who will watch this in the future in the VOD. Thanks so much for watching. Like the video if you liked it before you go, please. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please consider doing that as well. We've been getting a lot of new subscribers lately, which is great to see. And we'd love to add you to that number. I hope that everyone has a great day wherever you are, whenever you are. It's cold and snowy here today, so it's been real nice to be able to hang out with y'all in this very cozy Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup stream. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.